Is up, Capricorns? How are you doing, guys? It's Shani with Healing Elements here for your August 2020 reading. And as I shuffle, ooh, I don't want to shuffle. As I shuffle this deck, I'm going to get some cards from you, for you from the Kyle Gray Ancestor, and Oracle deck. I wanted to tell you that there is a big energy that I'm channeling for you guys. Ooh, I'll get you all those. Big energy that I'm channeling for you guys, and it is all about love and being really strong and walking away perhaps from something that you loved, or just the song, there's this song that I think it's Party Next Door, Party Next Door, and it says, come and see me for once, you don't ever come to me. So I feel like there was something that you felt wasn't being returned. The equilibrium, the exchange of energy, of, attention, of devotion was, asunder. There was something going on that you had noticed. And I feel like right now it's a pattern or a period of time where you're at peace with this. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising for August 2020. If you are, at peace, good for you, and congratulations, right? If you've cut the cord, or if right now you've just made the decision to cut the cord because you feel like there is just not equal partnership, there's not exchange of vibes the same level, or perhaps there is but it's just mixed signals, or some sort of twin flame runner and chaser scenario where there is just no security. I feel like you, of course, being the Capricorn goat, you love to be sure-footed, you love to have a secure understanding about what each of your duties in life are. And one of your duties you take very, very, very seriously is having a committed relationship. Capricorns love to have a partner long term rather than play the fields. Not that they will not be single. So if you're single, shout out to you. But in any case, you guys, if you want to take a look at that song, it's just talking about, come and see me for once, you don't ever come to me. So there's one person, I guess we'll get you all these. There's one person in the relationship within that song that is obviously, willing to take the time, willing to drive and come and see the other, and, the other party is noticing that the equilibrium is off. The energy is not of equal exchange. And it's like, come and see me for once, you don't ever come to me, right? So I feel like that's a big theme. We'll see what the cards say. But welcome to your reading, Capricorns. A lot of love. This keeps on coming up, honestly, in every single reading. And it came up for my Cappy. Funny, I pulled cards for him, and this card reminds me of a Capricorn energy in this deck. It's the Father Sky. If you can see it right there. So Father Sky energy in this deck is an ancestor that is been through so many past lives, or generations, or a genesis of experiencing the physical. He holds dear to his heart, trusting in the unknown, because of course in every different phase of lifetime he's lived, or just in one life, anything that has gone on. And if you're this old, this gentleman is extremely old, like a grandpa, you know that there are going to be unpredictable times, just like this COVID thing. There's going to be unknown scenarios. There's going to be people, places, things that are unfamiliar to us that we have to either get accustomed to or shy away from, and make that choice. But sometimes unprecedented circumstances such as this one, which no one could imagine, having to be forced out of a job because there is some sort of virus going on, right? Trust that this unknown occurrence right now, this unknown tempo or unknown vibe, maybe this is all about what I was channeling with you and this partner. Maybe you are very much wanting to cut the cord just because you don't know. You don't know if the feelings are there, because you sense that there is not a give and take ratio that is equal. So this energy, again, is coming up with all of the readings for Leo season, and it's especially heavy, I think, during this full moon that's going to happen on August the 3rd. Just trusting in unknown events. Of course, full moons are always associated with just funky predicaments or strange scenarios, unknown people popping in suddenly, or unknown to you. You meet somebody on that day, right? So you could meet somebody on this full moon or in this month of August, Capricorns. You could really, truly meet somebody, and you're going to have to trust that even if this person is unorthodox, or even if this is not a scenario that you're looking into, maybe you're single and don't want to get involved or are with somebody now, just trust in the unknown, and you can feel all you want, right? Don't feel guilty about feeling if you are in a relationship. You can, like, what's that old saying? You can look at the menu all you want, you just can't order, right? So again, this Father Sky card is gorgeous. Really sending you a message, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, of trusting things that do not have a sure end in sight. So it's just like I pictured right now a download of a river, and it's extremely, curvy and winding around rocks and going really fast, and you really don't know where this river is going to come out because you can't see around every bend. You can only see to the angle in which it turns, right? So just trust and relax on into that rip-roaring ride and enjoy the senses and the motion and the lessons of, pulling up on your raft or doing what you need to do in life, Capricorn, in order not to hit those rocks smack dab. And you'll be able to navigate these, rushing river type of times, these chaotic kind of, upsurges of powerful forces. Water is so powerful, just like these forces that are hitting us. And the moon is representative of Cancer and the water element. And I feel definitely as if there are going to be a lot of unknown, unforetold circumstances, experiences, meetings, epiphanies that go down for all of us around the full moon, especially you Capricorn. It's your first card, the first position. Second card is beautiful. It's the sun. It says, guys, Capricorns, enjoy success and happiness. So just like in the traditional tarot deck, the sun is, a vibe of joy. So again, that vibe and download I got of you guys on these chaotic waters, trying to, keep your paddles inside the raft and navigating the rocks, etc. All these dangerous elements and not being able to see too far ahead of you in life, right? I feel like you are able to really boss up and just take charge into that leadership role as, a person who is a guide for others, but also is able to show that you can experience all of this chaos and still remain so calm, cool, and collected, and truly be joyous on the inside because you're taking every minute by minute as it is, and you are living in the present moment without, catastrophic thoughts of, future thinking of, really worrying about something that there's no sense to worry about, because Capricorns, you're the GOAT. You're going to get there in due time. Even if you are on a very, very steep cliff that is treacherous, just to hang on and to be joyous and to just chill and eat, and graze upon the way up there. So, this speaks of just enjoying what you do have that is maybe hard for you to put into perspective on a daily, like the unknown, trust in the unknown to most, theme of being grateful for what we have. It's so simple of a concept. I always think it's so simple of a concept, but a lot of people don't understand, and it's that victimization, woe is me, and Capricorns are not like that most of the time. If you're feeling that vibe of, a loss of energy, or you're not feeling successful at this time, or you're not feeling happy, just really, truly, unknown to you, there are so many things to be thankful and grateful for. Even the fact you're listening to this recording, right, on a phone somehow, some way. So celebrate that, in which, even if it is so minuscule, so minute, celebrate that, which is one of your successes, which is something that makes you happy. What do you still have around you that makes you happy? What do you still tell yourself, and think about your reputation? What does success mean to you, and how are you able to congratulate yourself about being successful without saying, well, I was so successful before COVID or before this and that. And then there's no, and then just reward yourself, like congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back, really get into this Leo season, which the sun energy represents. Leo, the lion, get into that jubilance, that, really exuberant type of fun vibe. And guys, you got the warrior too. Be fearless and stand strong. So these two back to back are incredibly strong, volatile, capable, sturdy, protective, and, able energies. You are going to be able, Capricorns. You're stepping into your power big time, big time. You're stepping into your power. You already are a spiritual warrior. You already are someone who is definitely courageous. You're fearless about anything that you undergo, especially when it has to do with work environment or, taking care of responsibilities. You are fearless, and you are able to totally be patient and wait with that warrior type of, I'll hide out in the meadows for as long as I need to on the hunt for the buffalo, right? And I will be patient because I know that being patient, diligent, and strong, alert, and happy about the success that I'm even in the field, able to walk around and hunt with no injuries, right? This warrior card in this deck is just so strong and is sending a message to you that if you are feeling like this pillar of strength, go with it, enjoy it, celebrate it. Celebrate that success of having gotten to that point, whether or not it was because you finally were able to let go of someone who was all up in your heart or head, and it again was not being reciprocated on at least an even basis, right? I feel like this person, whoever it is, if you're thinking about, this person for you, partner, Capricorn, is someone who adores you. But I feel like perhaps they have too much going on in their own life that is something you could never imagine. But this warrior spirit, card is, teaching you to stick to your guns with any decision you made. If that resonates, if that relates to you, stick to your guns. If, like that song says, come and see me, you don't ever come see me, right? You have to stand firm in your truth and your decision. And I know that I don't have to tell you, the Capricorn goat, to do so, right? Capricorns, you also get the Oracle card, which is beautiful. Wait for important information. So this is about divine guidance, signs. Somebody may be very, very connected to you through the universe and, give you a message through email, text, or call. And it is impossible for you to explain, Capricorn, to even them how much it meant to you, because it was a big time sign, validation. It was a recognition of some sort, and I feel like it's going to deliver important information, maybe on your, the stand that you have within this partnership, or important information on, or advice on how to truly let go and be able to stand firm and also be jubilant and celebrate, times that are unpredictable, like the Father Time or Father Sky card. You're able to not feel guilty because often, you're a very appropriate person. You have manners, right? You have a lot of values that have to do with being, in line with etiquette. And I feel like this time right now, since it's so kind of dramatically chaotic and 150,000 people in United States alone have died in the last 4 months. I feel like right now you may have suffered a little bit of guilt in the beginning of this whole shutdown thing about being able to be happy to celebrate the fact that maybe you didn't lose your job, or celebrate successes because you have savings, or celebrate, the fact that you didn't have to make any changes in your work or living environment or things of that nature. I feel like you might get an incredible sign from the divine, or someone who comes in as an intermediary and tells you that you are able to celebrate during these times. You are able to celebrate because that's your truth right now. And Lord knows that it could go topsy-turvy in the future. So stand firm in your truth as that powerhouse, stepping into the authority of leading a group, or just leading your own self, motivating your own self to be totally effective in work, and also, most importantly, during Leo season, totally effective in play, being able to relax and sit down with it and be happy and jubilant no matter what is going down, no matter what losses that we're suffering or other people are suffering, right? There's a time and a place for all of us to suffer, and we can have empathic vibes toward people, or compassion, or help, or say, wow, I have condolences for you, or pity for you, or help for you. However, you don't have to live their pain, right? Because your time of going through tower moments or tragedy or trauma will surely come. Roller coaster ride of life that we live in this physical existence is a bunch of peaks and valleys. You go up, but you also come down. So also Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising for August 2020. You guys got the Arrow card. It's beautiful. It says, surround yourself with protective energy. So if you don't already have an arsenal of crystals, which I'm sure you do, Capricorns, start leveling up and level up on your crystal game, right? There's a great lady, I bought a couple of crystals. She has auctions, really reasonable, beautiful, beautiful pieces. Stone and Shadow. If you guys want to Google Stone and Shadow, or just search on Instagram, or contact me in the DM. Gorgeous pieces, inexpensive, worth it. There are beautiful, beautiful energies that come out of crystals. Cell phones, as I always talk about, are made of crystal so they can harbor information and memory. Crystals harbor light memory, light codes, the ability to refresh and to heal and to provide soothing vibrations to our physical body is something that I believe, my higher power put on the earth for a natural use for us to tap into. And the ancient wisdom, the ancestors, this is the Ancestors deck by Cal Great, knew the importance of tapping into those natural, holistic modalities and things, tangible items that are within our earth, within Mother Gaia. So if you need to put up a dream catcher, or protect yourself with sage your house, put salt in the corner of the room, anything that you can do, put incense, and just hold it to you while you say a positive intent and meditate around your home, and just really bring up the vibe. Protect yourself also with, it's right into the warrior spirit, with standing your ground if anybody tries to come at you and rob you of your happiness. Maybe they are miserable, and misery likes company. So just make sure that you have your guard up and protect your energy. Protect your energy, like I always say, by surrounding yourself, thinking about a bluish white hued light all around your body from head to toe, swirling around in a circle clockwise. That's what I do. And then also, a girlfriend told me this, I always shout this out, you can put an extra, she says, she's a Taurus, a case of lead around your white light, right? Because you know what they say, like moths to a flame, there's going to be energy vampires, or just people who are really rotten and don't have any other agenda other than to make themselves feel better for their insecurities and projections of shame onto you. So protect yourself from any of that, anybody who's trying to steal your power, or trying to steal your entitlement to being joyous, right, at this time. You also got the last card, yes, Elder, right? Move beyond ancestral patterns. So if there's any Capricorn generational patterns, for instance, such as alcohol abuse, or addiction, substance, or problems of codependency, or just really being, specifically praising one child or one individual and using the other as a scapegoat. This card speaks of moving past any generational patterns, including those which are deep, deep wounds in our hearts, so that we can grow, so that we can teach a new generation, whether it's our biological children or others that we surround ourselves with, the collective, we can teach them to not put so much emphasis, on staying the same. There is culture, there is tradition that is so important. There is remembering the celebratory and, the oral stories passed down. But there are generational patterns and, ancestral patterns, which are ingrained deep in our DNA, which are ingrained deep in our behavioral, mannerisms that need to be changed. And I feel right now you're stepping up into your power to realize that if true happiness is on your horizon, you need to stand firm and work at picking it away, climbing away slowly like the goat does, the greatest of all time, to change what you see as, a hindrance or something that you need to protect yourself from. You need to protect yourself with tangible things, but also you need to protect yourself from falling into generational or ancestral patterns that were toxic. The ones that are not great. All right, guys. So that was from Kyle Gray's Ancestors and Oracle deck. These last three cards is from the Shapeshifters, beautiful deck by Lucy Cavendish. Lucy also does the Fairy Tale Oracle cards, if you've ever seen that reading. So guys, you got the Frog Princess. Heed wise counsel and listen. So I feel like whoever this intermediary, this friend, this psychic, soul family member, this, maybe even a spirit guide that you're going to have a dream about, or, somebody who's crossed over that you were close with on this physical existence previously, I really, really heavily channel that you're definitely going to want to take a long moment after having realized that, wow, you were just, given a divine sign, something that means something to you. And it's going to be, like this card says, important, and heed what it says. It's going to be, definitely sent from a very, very high place of guidance, of universal truth. And I feel as if you have perhaps been looking for something to, comfort or explain or help you to understand and give you information and advice that you can put into practical use. So guys, you also got the Dragonfly Mermaid. You have attracted wonderful news. So expect something to take a turn for the better. I feel like the Sun card, especially in standing in your ground, you're very much waiting for information to come in and breaking these ancestral patterns, working to remove karmic, blockages, etc. And I feel like the unknown will probably bring you, just like this Dragonfly Mermaid card here says, will bring you unexpected gifts, unexpected news that is pleasant. You might hear from that person that you, sorry, Capricorn, you might hear from the person that you distanced and detached away from. You distanced yourself from because you felt that there was not like an even exchange of feelings. And I feel like maybe that person will contact you with great news and let you know they were actually feeling that way, but this is what's happening with them, and whether or not you're able to, engage and attach back and tether to them. Again, that's your business. However, I feel like the good news will make your heart chakra, your joyous energy, this Sun card, and all this protective energy, you'll feel protected, you'll feel relieved, you'll feel important information has been given to you when you do have this good news arrive. I feel like that is the good news and attached to the same thing. So the last card I will leave you off with, Capricorn, is the Black Cat, right? Lost, magic, atonement, and rebalancing. So perhaps you want to look at your genealogy. Maybe you want to look at your ancestor tree, your family tree. You want to look at a culture that is in your heritage and tap into doing some research. Library, or I guess because of COVID, online has everything. Google. Tap into seeing what religions or spirituality they were involved in way back in the day. Tap into those kind of procedures or rituals or song or methods to getting by in existence that is physical, knowing that there is something that is metaphysical that we can all benefit from, internalizing and reflecting upon this ancient magic, this ancient knowledge. So I feel like it will do you good to check into that, and perhaps you'll put that kind of magic and ancient knowledge to use. I really do feel that way. And I feel that atonement is a big energy for everybody right now. I feel like these downloads and all of this, shifting of timelines, all of this global awakening phenomena that is all at once, right? Coming to a head, coming to conclusion, or not a conclusion, but, we're starting to see the mountains for the trees. We're starting to realize that this whole concept we've all been talking about amongst each other, about preparing and working together to encourage each other to spread our message of healing and love, right? Of helping people, to give them positive affirmations or advice on love or whatever you do, right? I feel like you are atoning for anything, even this card, the past ancestral lineage that had maybe some toxic cycles, habits, patterns that were brought down to you. I feel like you're atoning for that in this lifetime. I really do. And I feel like you are rebalancing. And that's good news in itself, right? You're rebalancing after having taken a real hard look at what was in, your gene pool, and what was habits or dysfunction that you want to stay away and steer away from. I think that you've been making changes, and this is atoning for their past lessons that, of course, needed to be learned, but they just didn't break the pattern, and you're going to be the one to break the mold. You're really stepping in your power. Powerful energy for you guys, Capricorns. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Sending you blessings, love, tons of light, guys. Take a look at your cards. Just know that I'm here for you, and I appreciate everything that you are for the collective, and for listening to me, commenting, liking, and sharing, guys. Blessings, love, and light.